BodyBags, where heart lies.
Hey, what's up, BodyBags? Andrew here. Welcome back to another week here at BodyBags. I'm your Saturday host. Somewhere in the 200s. I think it's like 205 or something like that. Hey. Yeah, so for this week, as it is Shark Week, we just, as you may have seen, I just released a episode for Shark Week on our podcast. We'll be doing a couple shark films for review for another podcast tomorrow. Sunday. And then today I'll do a Shark Week themed film, and that is Jaws 3. Now, basically for this film, it pretty much follows the events of Jaws 2, where it picks up a couple years later. Now, the Brody, I can't remember if it's Mike or John. Anyways, Dennis Quaid plays one of the Brody brothers, and he's working at SeaWorld. And so basically the plot is that they catch a baby shark, and it unfortunately dies. Now, the mother, who is a 35-foot shark, kind of breaks into the SeaWorld and just kind of wreaks havoc. Now, on paper, that just sounds amazing. You know, how it would be, how what you could do with that. The possibilities are endless. And I think I remember reading Studio Interference really did this film in. I know that it was planned to be a really, really fun film with a lot more creativity put into it. But I know the studio interfered and they rewrote a lot of things, dropped a lot of plans, dropped a lot of scenes. Like, there's specifically a scene where you were going to see, basically in this scene here, you see him going through the aquarium, where basically there's like these skiers up on like, you know, with riding on the back of boats and stuff like that. Well, actually, just like this. But there was supposed to be a bird's eye view camera shot down of the shark right below them. Just creepy stuff like that would have really worked. But honestly, for what it is, it's really an enjoyable film. The characters are all likable. I mean, I don't really dislike any of the characters. They're all fine. They're not very interesting or very well written. But they're all likable, so I don't dislike any of them. Even like the owner, the Lou Gossett, I think is his name. Yeah, he had won an Oscar the year before this. Basically, he plays the kind of like the owner of the place, the operations manager, pretty much, and he does a fine job in it. And like you figure he would be like the douche character, like be really like awful to people, but not here. He's really at least a half decent guy. Just wants to run things right. So, you know, with that being said, I can say with the characters, kind of past I just enjoy them. The action, it does take way too long, and there's way too little of occurrences with regards to shark attacks. Like, obviously there's like an opening scene where a shark like attacks a fish and like bites its head off, and you know, it's in 3D, which, by the way, if you have this Blu-ray, you can watch Jaws in the 3D format, which I own a 3D converter, so I can watch films in 3D, which this 3D is not the greatest, but it's still fine. It's whatever. I would prefer that to watching it in regular, you know, Blu-ray. But yeah, the 3D effects in this film are enjoyable. You know, there's a lot of them that are just, you know, pointing at a camera, like finger, like this, like holding it for like 3 seconds, you know, that kind of stuff. But I mean, for the most part, there's a lot of really cool, you know, shark effects in this in regards to that. There's that one famous scene at the end of the film that's clearly just a 3D scene where the shark swims right to the screen and just like just it like stops and like the glass just breaks and then the water comes pouring in. It's just a really it's just really like corny and cheesy and bad, but it's still funny to laugh at. But honestly, you know, for what it is, I wish it would have done more with the plot. I wish they would have went with the scripts that were written beforehand. Chris Stuckman on his channel, if you want to watch it, actually, Shane, who John Bernthal, his son, he guests on this show and he on this review for that channel, and he goes over the details of the previous script. So if you want to learn more about those scripts, please go look that up. But honestly, for what it is, it's an enjoyable watch. It's not a great film by any means, but it's enjoyable. You know, like I said, enjoyable characters. It does take a little too long to get into it, but overall, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Not too bad of a film. It's definitely an enjoyable watch and definitely a must-watch every Shark Week. It's a fun film. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Now, next week is our themed week. That is going to be... well, like Grindhouse films, yeah. So be looking out for those films. I know all 7 of us got some really good films to talk about. So check those out, guys. Have a great week. Peace.